Just in, new updates in the capital murder case of teenage mother-to-be, Savanah Soto, and her lover, Matthew Guerra. Officials confirm, possible murder weapon found, motive uncovered, and possible third suspect.
This video contains discussions about true crime, which may include topics such as violence, assault, and other distressing incidents. Viewer discretion is advised. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health or has been affected by any of the subjects discussed, please consider seeking help and support from a mental health professional or a trusted individual. We thank you for tuning into Vantage. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Ring the notification bell for more content.
San Antonio Police Department held a press conference on Friday, January 5, 2024. Let's listen in.
And make a few comments at the end of this briefing, and we'll make this short and sweet. I have most of the information I have here. I think you've already been privy to. I do have a little bit of new information. The information I'm going to give you, I will answer questions to clarify, but I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about anything else, simply because this is an open investigation and we still have a lot of work to do. So again, my condolences to the families of Savanah and Matthew. By now everybody's aware of the incidents, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time rehashing facts that are already known.
San Antonio police continue their capital murder investigation of mom-to-be Savanah Soto and her boyfriend Matthew Guerra. The couple was found dead in a car at an apartment complex on Tuesday, 3 miles from where Soto was last seen a week ago.
Texas father and son are now behind bars charged in the violent shooting death of a pregnant teen and her boyfriend. 18-year-old Savanah Soto and her boyfriend Matthew Guerra were reported missing before Christmas, as both families grew concerned when Savanah, who was 9 months pregnant, never showed up to her scheduled doctor's appointment to have an induced labor.
So on 12/26/23, our officers discovered 2 deceased individuals in a Kia Optima, and our homicide detectives at that point began their investigation right on that scene. Detectives learned that both victims were involved in the sale of narcotics and used their cell phones to conduct much of their business. Detectives collected the victims' phones, and with the help of the United States Secret Service, we were able to extract information that led to the development of a possible location of a suspect vehicle that was seen on the surveillance video. That occurred on Wednesday, 1/3/24. Detectives drove to that location and saw the suspect vehicle. They approached the home where the suspect vehicle was, and they knocked on the door. An individual by the name of Ramon Preciado answered the door and seemed to know why SAPD was there.
On January 3rd, San Antonio PD announced the arrest of 2, a father and son duo, 53-year-old Ramon Preciado and his son, 19-year-old Christopher Preciado.
They're going to be charged. The son's going to be charged this evening with capital murder, and the father's going to be charged with abuse of a corpse. So we do expect more charges to be pending.
In a press conference after their arrest, Sergeant Washington Moscoso explained to reporters the evidence that helped put them behind bars, including one key piece of evidence that came from Savanah herself.
One of the key pieces of evidence that we did collect at the scene was Savannah's cell phone.
Both Ramon and Christopher were home and brought to the SAPD homicide office for questioning. During the interviews, both suspects made enough statements to implicate them in the murder. Detectives walked warrants for their arrests. Christopher was arrested on the charge of capital murder. Ramon was arrested on the charge of abuse of a corpse.
A dark-colored pickup truck pulling up to Matthew's silver Kia, but police now confirm at this time both Matthew and Savanah were already dead. A few more seconds into the video, the driver of the pickup can be seen getting out of the truck and walking to the gray Kia, having a conversation with the driver, before later walking back to the pickup, and then both vehicles are seen driving away.
Detectives also conducted a search warrant at the home of the suspects, where evidence was recovered.
Christopher, we believe, committed the murders of Matthew and Savanah, and then Ramon helped conduct the body.
So what caused the 19-year-old to pull the trigger on a soon-to-be mother and her boyfriend? Police say they believe it's a drug deal gone bad.
So there's no apparent connection to the apartment complex. It's just a place where they went to go dispose or hide the vehicle with the bodies in it, and it appears that it was a drug deal. So there was like a drug connection to the suspect and the 2 victims.
The final piece of information I have for you is that the gun, believed to be the murder weapon, has been recently recovered from the suspect's home.
According to police, the murders took place just before midnight on December 21st, meaning Savanah and Matthew had been dead a few days before the discovery of their bodies inside Matthew's Kia on December 26th. The Bexar County medical examiner confirmed the couple both died from what could be described as execution style, both dying from a gunshot wound to the head. At this time, police did not reveal or specify where the killings took place before their bodies were moved to the apartment complex. The crime was heinous and the arrests were swift.
There is still an active investigation, and I'm not going to go into too much of the details, as I've previously said, because I don't want to jeopardize the integrity of the case or make the DA's job any harder.
With new updates, we now know the motive for this crime seems to have been directly related to illicit drug activity, wherein, it appears, there was a drug deal gone wrong. Additionally, it seems as though officials may have located the actual murder weapon in the home of the suspect himself. As we suspected, both criminals are facing more charges, while these families continue to mourn the loss of their loved ones, Savanah, Matthew, and baby Fabian.
Joe, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, Chief. Good morning, everyone. First, I want to thank Chief McManus for inviting me to be a part of this press conference. Before I begin, I also want to extend my condolences to the Soto and Guerra families, as they are in the midst of mourning. They are in the midst of grieving for the loss of their loved ones. So I think it would be appropriate for us to give them the respect that is due them during this period. As I mentioned before, arrests were made. I was confident because I knew the kind of work that happens over here. I know the kind of dedication that the San Antonio Police Department has. They would identify suspects and make arrests, and that's exactly what happened.
With determination and dedication, the San Antonio Police Department worked together to solve this crime in record time. The task force put together, behind the scenes of the arrest, worked together victoriously. We commend our state and local officials for working together to get the killer in the case of Savanah, Matthew, and their unborn child off of the streets of San Antonio and into jail, where he belongs. What are your thoughts on this heinous crime? Do you think the killer's dad did the right thing by assisting his son in covering up the murder? Share your thoughts below in the comments section.
So I want to commend Chief McManus. I want to commend the entire command staff, and I especially want to call out the lead homicide detective for doing an outstanding job. I'm sure, as typical, he may have had others assist him, but I know that his team was working around the clock, and it made a difference because we always want to formulate a suspect as soon as possible. We always want to identify someone who is a perpetrator of a crime as soon as possible, and that happened here. So again, my gratitude to the entire department and specifically to the detectives that were involved in this case.
San Antonio police today staying tight-lipped on whether there is a third suspect in the killings of Savanah Soto, Matthew Guerra, and their unborn son.
In a press conference, SAPD Chief William McManus did confirm investigators are looking into this portion of surveillance video, which appears to show a towel tossed into the hands of Ramon Preciado, presumably by a person inside his truck.
As I have said recently, our job is just beginning, but we have to give SAPD time to complete their investigation. What they do when they, and the term is walking a warrant, when they present an affidavit for an arrest warrant, they only need to present probable cause to a magistrate judge, but that's only the beginning. They have the responsibility to complete the investigation, and I know that they will do that. They will do an outstanding job, as they've done so far. So let's give them the time to do what they need to do.
SAPD yesterday filed an additional charge against the son for abuse of a corpse and an additional charge against his father for altering a corpse. Both men remain at the Bexar County Jail. But will a third person be charged? Police contend this December 21st surveillance footage shows the Preciados moving Matthew Guerra's car to an apartment complex on Danny K. Drive in the middle of the night, with the bodies of Guerra and a 9 months pregnant Soto inside. The couple killed, according to an arrest affidavit, during a drug deal gone bad. The security video includes this sequence, in which Ramon Preciado appears to be tossed a towel from someone else inside his truck. McManus today confirmed
That's something we're still looking into. It's something that's been brought up in conversation about this, so we're still looking into that.
Asked directly whether Christopher Preciado's mother has been questioned by investigators in recent days, McManus gave this buttoned-up response.
I'm going to leave that question unanswered.
Yesterday, Guetta's father, Gabriel, alluded that more developments are coming.
I'm not going to say anything right now, but I don't think this is the end of it right now.
Verdict Vantage thanks you for tuning in. Your support means the world to our channel. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and hit the subscribe button to join our amazing community. Stay in the loop on future updates by ringing the notification bell. And if you found this valuable, sharing is caring. Thanks again for being here.